Unicorn TV is brought to you by Symetria. Symetria offers ongoing liquidity management to attract and retain the best talents. Give your team the benefit they desire and deserve and win the competition over talents with Symetria. And our next guest, Flori Ventures, is a seed stage fund that supports founders who use blockchain technology to tackle two major contemporary challenges: climate and access to the financial system. And joining us now in the studio is Bariach, partner at Flori Ventures. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So, Tomer, tell us, what does it mean to be a blockchain, for impact fund?
So as you mentioned, we looked at the problems that are in the world today, and we categorized them to two problems: the climate crisis, which is not just the climate, it's the sustainability of the earth, the soil, etc., and the situation in the global south as we see it, the participation of another 4 billion people in the existing economy. And how can we invest in founders who are trying to move the needle just a little bit using blockchain technologies?
Interesting.
Humanity is now dealing with climate changes, and we see it all over. I think this is the number one concern for humanity right now, putting aside the wars that are going on. What do you think that blockchain has to offer in terms of solution to that problem?
First, I would say I don't think it's a side to the wars. I think wars are many times caused by the climate crisis, and we've seen it in Syria and many other places. And you see companies like Microsoft, like Apple, like Google, all saying that they are committed to zero emissions, but they are incapable of actually not polluting the earth. What they are planning on doing is, let's say, polluting in 1,000 tons of carbon and then buying from another person who put back the carbon into the earth in order to say that they are carbon neutral. Now comes the question, what did they actually buy? When they say they offset it, where can you see if they did or they just promised you? Mm-hmm. Those kind of assets are today traded in the dark, retired in the dark. You don't know what was certified, to who, and where. Using blockchain technologies, you can follow all the supply chain. What was the data that, thanks to that data, we certify this person with those tons of carbon? Who bought it? For how much did he buy it? And this is the main market that we're looking at the moment.
This is so fascinating, and the issue of how do you verify, the impact? How do you verify? I think this is a main concern for everyone that is trading carbon offsets. And I wanted to ask you about a different topic. We both work together for a project named the Good Ola, basically promoting a universal basic income through the use of DeFi technology. And I'd like to ask you, from your perspective now, as a general manager of a VC invested in a blockchain technology in an impact project, how do you see how decentralized technology can assist this humanity with this challenge of universal basic income and equality, basically?
So I think I'll divide it into two ways. One, there's the infrastructure, basic things that are very normal to us. We have a cousin in the US, we send him money, he sends us back money. But if you come from Nigeria and you move to Israel or to the US, sending back money to your family is not that trivial, and it's very expensive. Stuff that with blockchain technology can cost you less than $1 to make a huge transaction. The second part of it, which is not just infrastructure, is the monetary system by itself. Blockchain technology allows us to reimagine how money is behaving. Instead of, we've seen it in the last crisis, the US has printed more money and gave it to whoever they believed is most important at the moment for the economy. If it was the banks, if it was the leading companies in the S&P 500. Imagining new economies allows you to say, like we did, let's say that the money that is printed goes to everybody to create a basic income. So everybody are equally important. Another way, credit, something that is very normal for me and you. We use credit all the time. We take loans, we take mortgages. More than 4 billion people around the world are unable to take any credit. Using blockchain technologies, we can reimagine how credit behaves, how credit is created. And those are the kind of stuff that I look at.
Can you tell us about the company that you invested in?
Yes. So I'll start from the credit side. There's some interesting stuff that we have. Basically, the first question that is asked when we're looking at credit is, what is the collateral? case they default, what do we take back? A good example of it, we're working with companies in Mexico called Etikhub. They are giving loans to farmers, to coffee farmers. And what they use over there is the collateral of the coffee that they bring on-chain and use it as an escrow to make sure that there is a collateral on-chain so those people can get loans. That's one example. Another one of those would be Massa Finance, who gives on-chain credit scores to companies using an AI technology. Many more other companies in that space, and this is on the credit side. On the blockchain, on the climate blockchain side, we have companies like MRV Collective or Hyphen, companies who take the data, let's say they measure the soil, how healthy is the soil, and they write it on chain. From now, any certificate that will be issued based on what happened on that round is backed by data that is transferable, that is transparent, and everybody can see it.
Nice.
So interesting. I mean, it's amazing the impact that we're seeing from what you've described from blockchain technologies. Tomer, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.